Hey everyone, RJ here and welcome back to a brand new Sims 4 speed build on the channel. I hope you're all doing amazing today and I really hope that your week was awesome. If not, nothing will more cheer you up than watching me building a prison in the Sims 4 game. So let's get into it. And you know what? Many other YouTubers already did something like this or like try to build a prison in the game. I do know that the Sim Supply, or you know him right now as James Turner, did one like 1 year back I think, and Kayla did one, also known as Lil Simsy, and they both did a prison in the Sims 4 game. And unfortunately, as I know, like for now there is no really way to make this thing functional as a legit prison. There is no like catching and trapping Sims inside jails or inside cells in the game right now and give them the meals into the cells and stuff like that. You can only do that, I believe, in the police, like the police career. You can do that over there, but in general in the game you cannot do that. But I did find out, and that was super surprising for me, that there is a challenge called the Prison Challenge. Now, I never really tried it. I don't know how and what are the rules. I can guess that the idea is to try and catch as many Sims as you can inside those cells. So you basically need to lure them inside those cells and then some sort of limit the access for those cells only for your Sim, so your Sims can go out and that Sim is basically trapped inside those cells. And that way you kind of starting to fill those cells with Sims. Now I don't know how you can some sort of keep them alive in those cells, because there is no mechanism right now that you can give them food or something. Or keep them happy inside those cells, and unless you know you're gonna make those cells fully functional and like usable with fridge and shower and all the utilities that they need to live. And basically by doing that, it's no longer a prison, right? The whole idea in prison is to make the life of the living in there not that fun. Let's call it that way. I don't think that prison should be comfortable, should be something that you want to be in. Otherwise people would actually do bad things to go inside and live the life in those prisons. I don't think that's the whole idea. So yeah, it's a bit tricky, and many did those challenges, I guess, and yeah, so if you are into it, this is the prison to do that. Now this prison is huge, built on 64 by 64. It is contain the first floor, which is going to be the outside area, and in that area I divided it into 4 sections. Now, first of all, this prison is based on another game prison called the Gulag. The Gulag is a old-time castle that has been converted into a prison, and it's from the game Modern Warfare 2, if I remember right. There is a mission over there, which is like you as a soldier in the first person. This is a first-person shooter game. You need to break into that prison and rescue someone that you don't know which is until you find it. And it doesn't really matter because this is a different game. But yeah, so this build is based on the Gulag, which is a really awesome build, like in the design of it. The design is amazing, but it's fully rounded, and of course in the Sims game we cannot really make something that is fully rounded, unfortunately. Now this is not 100% true, because you can create something that is rounded. As you can see, I created those towers, but you are really limited with the radius of the circles, because again, those are pre-made 1/4 of a circle. So the size of the 1/4 circle, the size of the full circle is gonna be. So yeah, you can't make something like fully rounded on 64 by 64. I wish that we could do something like that, but we cannot. So I had to some sort of play around it, think outside of the box, create something that is like the Gulag but not the Gulag. So you can see right now we are at the end of the building process of the exterior walls and exterior section of the build, and I think it looks actually really good. taking into account that I could not make something that is rounded. So I decided to go with some sort of a castle, like a medieval castle that has been converted into the gulag. Or, well, I don't think I'm gonna call this the gulag, because the gulag is more related to the other game. But I guess I'm gonna call it like isolated prison, because I really wanted this prison to be an isolated one. And you can see right now that I'm playing with rocks from the Snowy Escape pack, and in that pack we got many of the rocks like covered with snow, and that snow is actually something that I really liked in this build, because I wanted this place to feel always, not just in the winter, I want this place to always feel like it is in a far area, remoted. No one really comes over here unless he is a crook that need to get inside the prison, and it's really cold in here. The place is deserted around it, and yeah, you know, the climate is really tough, and it's really hard to live in this place. I wanted this prison to feel like a prison for the low life criminals. It's not like for the normal everyday, it's not the prison for the guy that stole, I don't know, like $5 from an old lady. This is not a place for him, and it's definitely not the place for the Sims 3 burglar that came to our home in the game and stole our furnitures. And it's not for him, because he will not survive this place. So yeah, that was the whole idea, the whole design behind this build. And yeah, of course, inside you're gonna see that I went with the idea of a broken down, really neglected prison. It's not gonna be like the sanitary is gonna be really low. And yeah, I really love building things that are broken or I don't know how to describe them. They're messy. They don't look good, but they don't look good in a good way. You know what I mean by saying that? So yeah, this build is gonna be the most toughest prison to live in. Now, I took advantage in this build with the new update. And those bunk beds are gonna be in the cells. So you're gonna have, I believe I made 5 cells or 6 cells, I'm not quite sure. I think 5 cells, with each cell contain bunk beds. So basically you can put in here up to 10 Sims. And yeah, and make their life really bad, because those cells are really neglected. They have broken sinks, and there is only one table. It's gonna be only one table inside with only one chair, so the prisoners need to fight over it, and it's gonna be tough. I told you, this is gonna be the toughest prison for your Sims to try and live in. And it's gonna be a challenge. It's the toughest, like the fittest is gonna win in this prison. So yeah, you can see that I'm creating right now the towers, and I actually placed those windows on the foundation, not the foundation. How do they call them? The platforms. I placed them basically on raised platforms into the top of the room. So I basically raised them all the way up, and then I placed manually with the move object cheat code. I placed windows on it, and then play with the tool mod a bit, just to line them up in the perfect position. And I did that all over this place, because all of those all of those rounded areas are basically platforms. None of them is accessible. You cannot really get inside those towers. I really wish, I don't know, until today, I don't know why we don't have rounded walls, like literally walls. They don't need to be one solid part like the platforms that we have. We need to have walls. I know why basically we don't have them, because talking about the game mechanism, rounded things is something that games don't really like. The texture becoming a bit messy sometimes. The use of it, like Sims will have hard time to try and reach objects that are inside rounded areas. I can see why the team is kinda avoiding going into rounded walls. but definitely I wish that we had them in the game. And it's every day that we don't have rounded walls in the game, it's a sad day for The Sims, I believe. I think it's a sad day in The Sims that we still don't have rounded walls. I'm super happy that we got bunk beds. Many people really want them. Many people are already playing with them, but already, let's say it like this, we got the bunk beds and 5 minutes after that people forgot about those bunk beds and started talking and bitching. Sorry for saying bitching, but started to talk and say things about other things that they want in the game that we still don't have. So yeah, I wish that we get a bit more. I'm not quite sure how even to describe it. More variety of walls. For an example, rounded walls and I don't know, like glass walls, something that can be really, really awesome. Now, no, just taking off walls and placing over there nothing, or placing there the roof. You know the trick with the roof that you can basically give it a like pull it all the way up and place on that half gabled roof the texture of glass. No, that doesn't count as making walls glass walls, because they're never gonna be 90 degrees up. I'm talking about legit glass walls. I really hope that they were part of the game. They could be something really, really awesome. But yeah, there are many things that I believe need to be in the game and still we haven't got them, like spiral staircases that are rounded and things like that. But you know, Paralive is gonna be somewhere in the near future out, and I do know that all the things that I just said are gonna be in the base game of Paralive. So yeah, I'm definitely hyped for that game, and I wish it's gonna be out soon. So you can see right now that we are making the like the transportation to the jail, and as I sorry about that. As I said before, if I said it, I believe I did, I divided this section to 4 areas. One area is going to be the transportation for the jail parking spot with, I don't know, some sort of fixing and maintenance area with tires and some tools for fixing those vehicles to the journey ahead of them, if they need to take one outside or they need to bring someone inside. So this is going to be one area from those 4 areas. The middle area, which is going to be, it's not really an area, but the middle section is a tower that I believe it's from, I'm not quite sure, I think it's base game. Don't catch me by my word, I think it's a base game. And if it's not a base game, it's probably cats and dogs. I think it can be fitting into that pack. But that lighthouse is super, super awesome. And I don't know, it doesn't look to me like a lighthouse. I see that lighthouse basically, and it more reminds me some sort of a guarding tower with a light that can go and spot some people. You know what I mean? So I place it in the middle, and the cool thing about it is that at night it actually working like a lighthouse. So you're gonna see an aura, like a beam of light, going around the prison, searching for someone that is trying to run away or something. So it's really, really cool. And this lighthouse is going to be in the middle section. And again, because I wanted this build to be it's not a fancy prison. By the way, if you don't know, there are fancy prisons. There are prisons around the world that do not look like prisons, and those prisons are basically for people who need to do some sort of a switch in their life. They need to get something new in their life, and they need to be disciplined in some sort of a way, so they can be returned to real life with a job and something like that. So it's, those prisons are actually luxurious prisons with places to play basketball, and they're learning something new in the prison, like a new job. But no, this gulag, this prison is definitely not this type of prison. This is a rough one. So I wanted it to look really neglected, really like a dump, okay, something like that. Let's face it, it's gonna be with a lot of weed and a lot of bricks, like bricks that fall from the walls and stuff like that, and cracks and spider webs and leaks. I even created some leaks in the water reserve tubes. And yeah, something really cool. You're gonna see that in a bit. So you can see that I'm furnishing the section of the transportation to look exactly what I said. Really neglected, with all of those small nasty areas. With you know, the hygiene is really not that high in this prison. So this is actually the storage area. So as I said before, this place is like the first floor is divided to 4 sections. One is going to be the parking area, or the area where they're supposed to take off the prisoners into the jail. The second area, which is this one, is the storage area, which I play a lot with the Eco Lifestyle pack. And I really love that pack. That pack combined with the Journey to Batu, you can create some really awesome warehouses and storages and prisons, and I really love those 2 packs. If you ask me, those 2 packs in terms of building are a must packs in the game to create really realistic builds and really detailed builds. So definitely you can have, just from the Journey to Batu, you're gonna get many objects that are related to electricity. You're gonna get many objects that are related to storage. You even getting some how they called? They called cables, like electricity cables. And that weird thing that I'm placing right now, which I don't know what it is, it really looks like some sort of electricity holder or something like that. So it's from Journey to Batu. So I said it before, and I believe if you have Journey to Batu and Eco Lifestyle pack, you're ready to go and build basically anything related to warehouses and real life and things that are really realistic. So this is my opinion, of course. And you know what? I'm really curious to know what are the packs. No. What is the pack that you think is a must in the game in order to create builds? Okay, and I'm not talking about how should I describe it? The pack that you must use when you're building something in the game. Which pack is it? I just told you my opinion, of course. Share in the comment section down below your opinion. What is the pack that you always use in your builds? It can be expansion, it can be staff pack, it can be any sort of pack. So right now you can see that we are getting to the last section, I believe, right? This is the 4th section, which is some sort of a yard for them to just have a 5 minutes walk in day, just to get that vitamins from the sun, that D vitamin, right? It's a D vitamin, yeah, the D vitamin from the sun. And I created over here some benches for a chest pressing and lifts and stuff like that. And actually that reminds me that I need to make my own training tomorrow with weights, which is gonna be fun. I just recently got into like doing sports again. I used to make a lot of it. I used to do a lot of it back in the days. Before I actually opened a YouTube channel, because YouTube channel is something really demanding and a lot of time takes me to create builds. But I decided I want to go back and do some sports again. And no, I'm not the type of the person that's gonna run for like 40 minutes, but I really do love to hit the iron. So I do make a lot of weights training and stuff like that. So I have my own tomorrow. And yeah, by the way, if you do some sort of sport, let me know in the comment section. Maybe we are sharing the same love to lift some heavy weights. So yeah, so as you can see, that I'm creating some sort of a place for them to I don't know, to release some steam, to get pumped just a bit. And of course, this place also, just like the other section, is gonna be a bit like neglected with some weeds. And I think that one of the things, oh, by the way, before I go to that area, one of the things that you really need to remember is that when you're creating things like this, like builds like those, the whole idea of perfection in them is the, like, it's making the small details. You can see that I'm placing even basketballs. I'm placing some leftover, it's fun to say, leftover snow piles, or snow piles that haven't been like melted down yet, and things like that. So, and yes, I just jumped into the inside build, but believe me, there are many more things that I did over there. I just couldn't fit all of them into one video, but those small details, for those who are following me for a long time now, know what I mean. Those small details, that extra brownish finish around stones that you put outside, just make that stone come to life. It will. Those small details are the things that are gonna make your build awesome. Those small cables that I placed over here, that marking over there on the wall, those things are the things that are gonna make your builds awesome. So yeah. Now, I want to tell you that I think I jumped over my head with this with this build, because it is huge and there were so many like objects and details that I want to add inside of it. And my week was really rough. I had many things in the week rather than just building in the game, and I really wanted to bring it out to you at the end of this week, which is today. Of course, you're getting it right now, and yeah. But I think I jumped over my head with making something that big in basically, I think it was 2 days of building and 1 day of editing, just because I had some other things on my plate this week. But I really hope you're gonna enjoy it and gonna get something out of it, because this is a bit the bummer part, because I'm gonna share with you the troubles that I had with this build. As awesome as it is, and by the way, right now we're making some sort of the reception area, which is not really a reception area, but it's the place where the prison dude is coming over here to get his stuff back when he is gonna leave. So that's why there are some boxes over there. But where was I? Oh, some problems that I had with this build. Now, as you know me, I don't like to create things that you cannot use. All of my builds, all of them, even though I'm using tool mod, all of them 100% functional. Whether this is a residential or a shop or anything else, basically, or a park or something like the Eiffel Tower, it was 100% usable. Anything on that lot was usable. Just like I don't know. I made so many things that I can't really remember the things that I created already. The spaceship I created, not the space station that I created, it was fully usable. The shuttle was fully usable. All the things are fully usable, and unfortunately I can't really put my finger in this build what is the problem, but I play tested it, and this is some sort of a problem that I don't know what it is. It can be a game problem, which we all know. The game is super buggy, especially right now. I don't know what they did. Maybe with the latest update of the BUNK baits or something like that. The game is super buggy, and normally my PC managed to do all the things in the game, and it's working 100% perfectly. And I even made some repairs to the game just to make sure that it's not a problem in the game, but still, I don't know what it is. This build is like 51, and I'm gonna say it like this, 51% of the time working, 49% of the time is not working. And this is the time when, this is the moment where I'm becoming the party pooper, which we all love. You know it, we all love the party pooper, and this time it's gonna be me, because I invested so many time building this build, and just to find out that, as I said, 49% of the time it does not work. And by does not work, it's not that I place some objects on the ground and the Sims cannot reach it, cannot go through them, because this is mainly this is the main problem each time someone builds something, that there is some sort of an item that is blocking the way for the Sims to reach, and then he will wave his hand in the air and tell you, I can go over there, and then you just need to play around with the objects and it will fix it. but this time is something else. I think it's a problem in the game, and there is a weird problem 49% of the time that when you're gonna tell your Sims to go over here, it will give you some sort of an error. And when you're gonna shut down the game and go back to the game, it will, like, your Sims will be over here. And sometimes it will not happen like that. It will be totally fine and it will come over. So I don't know what problem it is, because I don't know, someone on Twitter told me that this might be a problem with CCs, but I don't have CCs in the game, and you know that. I don't have CCs in the game, and I'm not using CCs in this build. So there is no, like, legit explanation for why this build is not working every time. As far as I know, it's probably some sort of a bug in the game right now that blocking my Sims even to just climb the hill to get inside of the jail. This is one of the problems that happened to me. The Sims didn't want to just climb the way up the jail, and then I made a reset to the game and he did climb that trail to the jail. And sometimes I asked him to go inside and he did that, and sometimes he said that he cannot do that. So I don't know if it's some sort of a curse regarding this build, or the Sims just does not want to go inside this really low life criminal prison. But yeah, I just feel obligated to say to you that sometimes it will not work. I don't know why. Maybe in the future, in a patch that they will bring into the game, it will work better. I really wish that it will. But I just felt the need to say that to you, that you will know that if there are some problems that they happened even in my game, yet I didn't find any reason why they should. So if that happens in your game and you cannot play that prison, first of all, I do apologize for that. I just, you know, I found out about this just when I finished the whole build, and you can imagine the frustration that I had after a few days building this. Just getting nothing, like 49% of the time, nothing from this build. The Sims didn't want to go inside, didn't want to do it, didn't want to interact with the build. You can know the frustration that I had. So I do apologize if you're gonna have some bad experiences with this, and if not, I'm really happy for you. But regarding this problem, I really hope that this build, this video here, the time with me here, you're gonna take as a good time, and I really hope that you're gonna learn something out of this build. At least if you cannot play it or it's not working in your game, at least you got some ideas, some inspiration, some thoughts about making your own jail maybe in the game. But you got some ideas from, like, the way I created this, and this build took so long time for me that I actually had to cut out a few other sections in this build, because I don't think that you're gonna see the layout of it until you're gonna put it in your game and look inside. And I really encourage you to do that, because there are some holes that you need to, not holes in the wall, like holes, like strips, like, I don't know how you call them, I forgot how you call them. Long holes that you need to walk through them, and in them I created some like water system pipes on the walls, and it's something really cool, but I could not just show you in the speed build because I had no time. I didn't want this build to be like 50 minutes long. Anyway, that is the party pooper, me. Do apologize for some problems that you might encounter, but if you're not gonna get them, I'm super happy for you. And if you do gonna get them, I really hope that you learned something new from this video, that you had some great time being here with me, chatting with me. And if you did a great time doing so, please make sure to hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and consider subscribing to the channel if you are new here for more awesome builds just like this, just like the private jet, just like the space station, just like Rome, just like Paris, just like many other things, the Titanic, which is awesome. Oh, and by the way, we are really close to 25,000 subscribers, people. So if you are new here, join the party. With you we will reach that destination, and much more awesome builds are gonna come to this channel. Maybe I'll even make some sort of a special for that 25,000 subscribers. Not quite sure yet, but we will see. So yeah, we are getting closer to the end of this video. I hope you enjoy your time here. I hope you enjoy my prison, my toughest prison in The Sims 4 ever made. So thank you so much for watching. The tour is about to start, so until the next time, keep that Sims party going for me, because RJR Gaming signing off.
Always think of you when spring comes, like it's something in the air at that time. Don't know why. Always dream of you when spring comes. It's like the heat on my skin takes me back to the time met you on a Friday, halfway out at the door of the club, playing soul on the weekends, stayed in bed till Wednesday, fell in love with you right there and then. I was young, couldn't see that. Leather jacket though it's too cold. Saw your face in the crowd and I think without eyes, her just perfect, yeah, she's beautiful. Never thought you'd be here, it took me by surprise when I met you in the doorway. And a friend of a friend, never thought I would see you this soon, but hope she really loves you, 'cause I swear you deserve everything. Wish that I knew that sooner. We got sober, it was over, but I told you I'll do it all over again. At your place or spring break, a heartache, I'll do it all over again. Do it all over again. Tell me a lie, and I tell you too. I say that I'm happy for the two